Hello and welcome to the second video in my Alma Spiky Granny Stitch Blanket tutorial series. If you missed the first video, there's a link to it below. In that video, I introduce the blanket and talk about all the yarn that you'll need, what hook size to use, all of those kind of essentials that you need to get in place before you start crocheting. In this video, which is the second video, I'm going to show you how to work the all-important first row of your blanket using a foundation stitch. Then in the following videos, I'll show you how to work the granny spike stick section and the ribbed border at the end. Before we dive into the instructions, please note that in this course I use UK crochet terms, so I'll be referring to treble crochet stitches. A treble crochet stitch in UK terms is equivalent to a double crochet stitch in US terms. And in the first row, where we'll be making foundation treble crochet stitches in UK terms, this is equivalent to foundation double crochet stitches in US terms. One last thing before we get started, and just in case you haven't watched my first video in this series, please note that there's a written pattern available for the whole blanket over on my website. It's free and I do recommend that you get a copy because then you can follow along as you go and tick off your progress as you work each row of the blanket. It's available in both UK and US crochet terms, so you can use whichever version you prefer. You can find a link to that written pattern in the description below. To crochet row 1, you'll need to grab a ball of yarn A and your crochet hook, and then we're ready to start the first row. To create row 1 of the blanket, we're going to crochet 145 foundation treble crochet stitches. Now remember, in this tutorial I'm using UK crochet terms, however the equivalent US crochet term is simply foundation double crochet stitch. If you want to make your blanket the same size as mine, then you'll also need to make 145 foundation treble crochet stitches. However, if you want to make it slightly wider or narrower to make a different size blanket, you can start by crocheting any multiple of 3 plus 1 extra. For this tutorial, I'm just going to make a small sample, so I'm going to start by making row 1 with 22 foundation treble crochet stitches. So for row 1, we start off by making a slip knot. Place the loop on your hook, tighten it up, and we're going to start by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. Now these 3 chains will count as our first foundation treble crochet stitch. To make the next foundation treble crochet stitch, we yarn over like you would do at the start of a normal treble crochet. Insert your hook into the 3rd chain from your hook, the first chain that you made. I like to insert it into the strand on the back of that chain. Yarn over and pull through a loop. So you've now got 3 loops on your hook, and these steps are exactly the same as they would be for a normal treble crochet stitch. However, because we're making a foundation treble crochet stitch, before we finish this stitch off, we need to make a chain, and this is going to form the chain that runs along the bottom of this row, along the bottom of the blanket. So we simply yarn over and pull through that first loop on the hook to make a chain. And you can see it, there it is, made there. And we've still got 3 loops on our hook. Then we just finish off our treble crochet stitch as normal. So yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. We've then got 2 loops on our hook, yarn over again and pull through the next 2 loops. That's the first proper foundation treble crochet stitch made. But remember that chain 3 at the start also counted as a stitch in our row. So we've now got 2 stitches in our row of stitches for row 1. So to make the next foundation treble crochet stitch, you wrap the yarn over your hook, and then you need to insert your hook in the bottom of that chain that you just made at the bottom of the previous stitch. So if you turn your work slightly, you'll see that there's 2 strands there at the bottom of that stitch. Insert your hook under those 2 strands to put it through the chain, yarn over and pull it through. So you'll have 3 loops on your hook. If you find it difficult to work out which strands are the chain, when you make that chain, just put a stitch marker through it to help you locate it. And once you've done that a few times, you'll find it easy to know which strands that you're aiming for, and you won't need to keep doing it. But initially, some people find it helpful to just pop a stitch marker in when they create that chain so that they can find it again when they make the next stitch. So we've now got 3 loops on our hook. Before we complete the treble crochet as we usually would, remember we've got to make a chain to go at the bottom of the stitch. So we yarn over, pull through the first loop on the hook. We've still got 3 loops on our hook, and then we complete our treble crochet as normal. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. So we've now got 3 stitches in our first row. 1, 2, 3. You might notice that I'm holding the work slightly differently to usual. I'm working the stitches away from me rather than across as you might usually do that. I just find it easier with this stitch to keep them nice and easy, to keep them nice and even, to have my work oriented in this way. So to make the next stitch, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain at the bottom of the previous stitch under those 2 strands, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you've now got 3 loops on your hook. Before completing the treble crochet, remember to make a chain at the bottom of your stitch. So yarn over, pull through 1 loop, and then complete your treble crochet as you usually would. So yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. I'll show you that one more time. Yarn over to start the stitch, insert your hook into the chain at the bottom of the previous stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. So you've got 3 loops on your hook. Then we're going to make the chain at the bottom of the stitch. So we yarn over, pull through 1 loop, and then we complete our treble crochet as usual. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. I'll just give you a tip about how to keep your stitches nice and even as you're working. So we start the stitch with a yarn over, insert our hook into the bottom of the previous stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. And at this point, I find it useful to make sure that these 3 loops are all equal so that my hook's not slanting too far away from me, which would make this bottom loop really big, and it's not pointing downwards, which would make this bottom loop really tight, because if you have it in either of those orientations, you're going to end up with making your row of stitches curve in one direction or another. But if you make sure that your hook is at right angles to the row of stitches like this, and these 3 loops on your hook are all nice and evenly sized, then you should end up with a nice straight even row of stitches at the end. So we've got 3 loops on our hook. We're going to make the chain, yarn over and pull through that first loop, and then complete the stitch as a normal treble crochet. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And you can watch this tutorial and rewatch it as many times as you want. It can take some people a little while to get the hang of this stitch, but it's well worth it in the end because it creates a really neat start to your blanket. So I'm going to continue now and create the rest of the foundation treble crochets for my first row. In this case, I'm just making 22 of them, but if you're following the pattern, you'll be crocheting 145 stitches in total, including that chain 3 at the start. So I'm going to keep going and I'll meet you at the end of this row. So I finished row 1 now for this sample. I've got 22 foundation treble crochet stitches, including counting that first chain 3 as my first stitch. You should have 145 or whatever your preferred number is for the size blanket that you're going to make. When you reach the end of this row, we're going to keep using the same yarn, yarn A, for row 2. So leave this yarn attached and I'll meet you in the next video to show you how to start the granny spike stitch section of the blanket.